Hey, this is Rick and welcome to another DIY tip. This tip is going to be on germinating seeds. This will work on any seeds. It can be from plants, herbs, flowers, whatever type of seeds you need to germinate. The reason why we're going to do it this way is so that we make sure that we have viable seeds. Viable seeds means that the seeds are still alive and they're okay to germinate. Sometimes we like to know that seeds are viable rather than wasting our time with just waiting for them to grow and then nothing ever comes up. So this is the way that I do it. You can germinate these for outside for your garden or inside for herbs or vegetables if you have an indoor vegetable grow that you're trying out. And that's what I'm going to try to do to show you how this works. So I've got these seeds here. They're jalapeno M peppers. It's from the Seed Plant Company. I got 200 seeds off of eBay for, I believe it was like under $3. So what we do is we pop out some of these seeds. And I'm just going to do a couple of them just to show this and also to see if the seeds are viable. So there they are right there in my hand. My hands have been washed. And we drop them right into the water like that. You got a little small cup of water like that. It can be any cup. It doesn't have to be glass. It can be plastic. The water, some people like to use filtered water, or they like to use reverse osmosis water, something without any chemicals in it. I've read different pros and cons on it. Some people say use regular tap water because the chlorine is actually good to keep diseases and stuff off of the seed pod while it's starting to hatch out. This is actually filtered water that I have because I have a whole house filter system. You can look at some of my other videos where I show you what type of filter I have in my home and how to install it. So that's it. You just float them for, I would say, anywhere from 6 to 24 hours. I don't like to go over 24 hours. I don't want to waterlog them too much, but there they are. They're just floating in there. And then after a couple hours, you want to try to tap them into the cup. If they sink all the way to the bottom of the glass, then you're ready for the next step. You want to put these now somewhere where it's dark and pretty warm, and they'll start to sprout and break that seed shell. So once that happens, we'll come back and we'll finish the rest of this video. Real simple. Okay, so here we are. It's been about 18 hours, and you can see the seeds are down at the bottom. I actually poked them down, like I said, about 6 hours. And they're ready to go on to the next step. So the rest of this process is going to be really simple. You're going to be able to use just regular household items to go ahead and do this next step. You're going to need just a Ziploc bag of any type like that. Doesn't even really need to be a Ziploc. I like to use Ziplocs in this process, but you can have the ones that just fold over. And you're going to need some plain white, either paper towel or napkin. So the next step, you're going to take your plastic bag like this, and you're going to label what's in the bag. So we'll just put on here peppers. And there you go. So you take your cloth, wherever it is, and fold it over like that. So you create a little pocket. Now to do this so it doesn't make a big mess, go ahead and put it inside your bag first. Just like that. And so you can open that up and you can get to the pocket of that paper towel or napkin like this. You're going to want to pour off some of your water, get down to maybe about that much of the glass. Make sure you don't pour your seeds off when you get rid of it. So now you can see I have just a little bit of water in the glass with the seeds at the bottom. So you're going to take that and you're going to pour that right into your pocket. Just like that. Now you can straighten this out a little bit if you want to. You just want those seeds laying right in there. Okay, so there you go. I don't know if you can see that right there, but there's the seeds and they're in between that fold and they're right in the bag now. And you want to pour off that excess water. You don't want this overly soaked. You just want it damp on that towel. Don't worry if it got wetter than you planned. Now you want to seal this up all the way up to about maybe a 1/4 inch at the end here. You want a little bit of a gap so that that water can evaporate off a little bit and dry out a little bit. But you want to make sure for a couple days now that this stays moist so that those seeds will germinate in there. Now the next step that I have is something that I've come up with that works well for me. Sometimes you can use one of these germinating mats if you want to try to increase a little bit of heat in here and let them open up a little sooner for you. But what you want to do is this has to go somewhere where it's warm so it can germinate the seed. Okay, so here's my plan. You see that right there in the corner? That's a hot water heater. That hot water heater has to stay hot to heat your water in your home at all times, or your apartment, or wherever it is you're staying at. So you figure you've got a constant source of heat right there. Ours is a gas hot water heater. Yours may be electric. Doesn't matter as long as it's warm. So right at the top here, there's a little landing here. And what I do is I take my bag, put it right there. You don't want it too close because this can get a little hot right here. So you just want to lay it right there. And over time, that radiating heat right there will heat up that bag and it'll germinate that seed faster. So we'll try that. We'll check it for a couple days, and once it germinates, I'll come back and we'll take a look at it. Here we are 2 days later, and we pulled our bag from off of the hot water heater. And sometimes, let me see if I can pan up here, you can put them up to the light and you can see little tails there. So the seeds have definitely broken open, but sometimes the smaller seeds don't really show until you actually take them out of the bag. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we'll take our napkin out and we'll go ahead and spread the 2 layers. And you can see I've kept it moist. You don't want it saturated because it'll drown the seed. That's why we don't float it in the glass for very long, more than 24 hours. And there you go. You can see that they've actually broken open and there is a tail. Now I'm going to see if I can bring that up a little closer to the camera there. And there you can see the tails. So these are ready to plant. Now, like I said, this will work on any kind of seed that you have. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please share this video. And let me know how you make out with yours. Take care.